Hello everyone, my name is Y2K, I'm a freelance graphic designer and this is another episode of Design with me. I was inspired by my previous video about graphic design trends of the 2000s and I felt the urge to design something in that style. Well, it's not just one style, it's a lot of different things. Just check out that video if you're interested in 2000s. I bet you are if you're watching this one. I really wanted to recreate one of those styles. It's just super trendy right now, but I wanted to try to create that authentic feel of the 2000s, and I decided to create like an editorial page, a poster which advertises something. I wasn't sure what exactly I'm gonna create. I was just searching for the right visuals and I ended up deciding that it'll be like a product ad on a poster. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I always do, as you guessed it, is I created a mood board from Pinterest. So yeah, these are the images that inspired me for this poster. Well, actually I was already inspired, but never mind. This is the direction I'm going to. As you can see, it's typical 2000s, more like early 2000s, Y2K style. Some of the images are not exactly early 2000s, they are more modern. Something like this album cover, I think it's an album cover, is clearly not really early 2000s, like this newer tribal shapes. I never saw them in 2000s. I think they came about just recently, and for some reason people call it Y2K, a part of Y2K style. Okay, if that's Y2K, then it's Y2K. Yeah, also some of them like abstract 3D shapes similar to water drops like this. It's not really early 2000s, it's more early 2025, 24. But I just thought it just looks cool. It's nice to mix the original style with something a bit more fresh, more modern. Why not? Well, I still don't know exactly what I'm going for. Like, unfortunately, I'm not a 3D designer. I don't know Blender. Like, that would open so many more doors for me for this particular style. But I'll do what I can. I'm probably gonna rely on some graphics that I'll find on the internet and AI. If it can generate me something nice, I would really appreciate it. So yeah, the color scheme is mostly gold and blue and silver and gray. I think this is a very good representative of that style, Y2K. So this is something I'm gonna focus on. I'm thinking about making it as an ad poster to advertise a product. Most likely it's going to be some kind of technology, like phones here. I think looks really cool, but I'm not sure exactly. Like, I'm gonna decide on a way that adds more stress and more fun. So try it if you want. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is to find some cool imagery for this, because I think this is going to be the most important part. So I would like to find some sort of graphics, probably some abstract shapes, either abstract shapes like this, something similar, or something like this, like super futuristic look of water, so some sort of a futuristic landscape. I think that would be cool. And maybe some water drops, any kind of liquid abstract shapes, as you can see here. We'll see. Well, I'm not gonna spend like a week on trying to generate images, so these are just the ideas I'm listing you, but I'm gonna try probably one of them too. And also I will try to generate an image of a person, something similar to this. I know that it's very modern, but I would like to imitate that photography style for Y2K. So let's see how Midjourney is gonna help me with that or not. I don't think I'm gonna show you the full process of generating images because it's working with ChatGPT and Midjourney. It's too long. Let me know if you want this type of video, but I'm gonna show you like some key moments. Okay, so I'm really happy about the result in terms of the background, like, except maybe the first time it's not exactly what I needed, but when I started adding references, it's gotten much better, and sometimes I just need to regenerate rerun. I don't even need to change anything, and it's gonna give me different results, still in a similar style, and I'm gonna like each one of them. So they are different enough, but at the same time the style is very similar, and I end up liking all of them, to be honest. Yeah, I just downloaded everything that I generated for the background. Just look at these shapes. This is so cool. Like something more sharp or something more organic and smooth shapes, like anything you can imagine. Yeah, Midjourney understands that really well. Well, this is not exactly what I wanted. I don't know, that was the last image that it generated. For some reason it decided that why not to add a human face here. Okay, just for variety, I guess. But I think this kind of futuristic stuff are perfect to generate with AI because it understands it the best. Like, it's a bit weird to generate something vintage or traditional drawing, but the futuristic stuff, I think it's a very good style to generate. Okay, so I downloaded all of it, and I'm gonna use one of these images as a background. But when it came to generating people, as you can tell, it's not as easy at all. No, it took me a lot longer to find what I need, because most of it I don't need. To be honest, Midjourney is not aware of Y2K style that much. I mean, even though I describe that she needs to wear sunglasses in Y2K style, I even described what exactly it should look like, and Midjourney is generating something like this. I mean, this is not Y2K sunglasses, so it doesn't understand it. You need to be very persistent and repetitive, and ideally to show it the reference. Only that way it'll understand. Also, when it comes to hands, you can see what's happening with hands, with legs. So, like, every once in a while it gets it right and nothing weird is happening, but most of the times, like here for example, it's relatively okay if you fix a couple of things. But mostly hands is a really big weakness of Midjourney, and not only hands, just the body in general. So yeah, those are the images I generated. It doesn't know a lot of the stuff. You need to show what you mean and describe. But references are more important than description. So as you can tell, it was a lot harder. Initially I wanted to use one of these because I like the sunglasses. They are more or less Y2K, but not exactly, but more Y2K than others that it generated, or like this image for example. But I wasn't happy with the hairstyle, which is not Y2K, and I tried to add 2 little messy buns there from other images, and it didn't work out. It just looked horrible. So what I ended up with, I ended up choosing this image because I really like the hairstyle, but the only problem here is the hand. I would need to fix it. Maybe I can do it in Photoshop. Maybe I will cut and paste a hand from another image. I'm not sure yet. And also I want to add sunglasses to her, like the right kind of sunglasses. So I'm going to open it in Photoshop. Well, first of all, I need to generate her hairstyle because it's cropped and I need the full version of it. So I'm just adding more space and pressing generative expand. And I don't even need to say anything, just generate based on the content. Yep, something like this. I would be happy with this one. And now I need to add sunglasses that I wanted. I really like the sunglasses from this image. I can try to select them with the tool. There was like an object selection. Forgot where that is. Object selection tool, right? And I'm gonna click. Oh no, it doesn't do it. Yes, it just selected only the sunglasses. Wow, Photoshop, you just understand me so well. Okay, Command J. So now I have the sunglasses. Yeah, they're almost ready, but not quite. So I just need to change the shape a little bit. First I need to make it horizontal, then a little bit more narrow. That's what I prefer. And also I need to make them more symmetrical. They should be equally big. Another thing, I need to change the perspective. I think that's gonna be something like this. Yeah, I totally forgot to increase the resolution because these pixelated pictures, they annoy me, to be honest. Like, you always want to make the resolution 300, so you will have a much better quality picture. Well, or at least you will think that it's a better quality, but not exactly, but a little bit better. The contrast a little bit brighter, and I'm gonna mask it and see the hair behind. Yeah, it's gonna take a while because I'm gonna do it manually. Okay, so that's what I ended up with. This is some ready to use image for my poster. It's not ideal in terms of how Photoshop removed the background. I mean, there are some ragged edges which are not perfect, but we'll deal with that later. Oh, I love this single piece of hair pointing to the space. I think that's super futuristic. Yeah, it looks really cool. Okay, and I need to come up with the general composition for this poster. Yeah, this is already a poster, by the way. And I'm gonna try a couple of backgrounds that I generated. So I really like this one, maybe also this, maybe this. Okay, this one's not bad. Especially I like more of this light area, which is very clean. I want it to be more clean, kind of clean. This one is really cool as well, but I would make it lighter. This is a bit too complex and it takes too much attention, I think. So it's either this one, it needs to be lighter. It's really nice actually with this picture, or this. This is the cleanest. I really like how these shapes, I don't even know how to call them, like some sharp lines, they imitate her hair, so they just match really well. I think I'm gonna stick with this one. In terms of the theme of this poster, I'm guessing it's gonna be an ad for this camera. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to fix her hands. Yeah, there's something is going on with the hands, the fingers in particular. I'll try to fix it in Photoshop. I'm not sure if it'll work out. Let's give it a try. Otherwise, I'll just copy and paste from other images, which are also not that great, but probably better than this one. Okay, but before I do that, I would like to add the title. I'm not sure what it's gonna be yet. I'm guessing it should be like the name of the brand that I'm making this ad for. So I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT to come up with a brand name for a camera brand. Is that what it's called, right? So it suggested me 30 options, and I like Optrix, I think is okay. Something not too long. Take so. It also depends on the font that I'm gonna use. So it's a little bit of a cheating. So I'm choosing the name based on the font that I want to use. Whereas usually you would do the opposite because you don't get to choose the name. But let's try Optrix. Obviously it's not gonna be white, or maybe it is. But at least it should have some sort of stroke with, yeah, that looks a bit weird. Okay, never mind. So I'm gonna search for all the Y2K fonts that I have. I don't have many. I don't really like that stroke. Like without the stroke, it looks so much better. Maybe this. This is one option. Another one, of course, that classic Y2K sofa chrome. I think you might have seen that 1,000 times. 1,000,000,000 times. Okay, what's better? It's better for legibility, for sure. This is too playful. Alright, Universe. This is really good. Yeah, this is really good actually, very geometric. I also have in mind another one, like very Y2K, also very overused, at least from what I've noticed. Planet Cosmos, regular. Yeah, I think this one is really cool. Tricks. Yeah, I don't mind that it's overused. It still looks really cool, and it's perfect for Y2K. Yeah, in other ones we can try Take So, Blix sounds good. And we can make it bigger because it's a shorter word. Maybe, yeah, why not? But N is non-legible at all. should be like this. Yeah, only in this option it's more or less legible, but not really. Well, but this font is not really legible to begin with, so I should just accept it. Blixen. I think that's a nice name for a brand, why not? It's hard to pronounce, but nice to look at. Okay, another thing I'd like to add here is that little display that I found on the internet, which is going to serve me like a frame for some other fragments. I saw that in a lot of Y2K posters, they use these little frames, not necessarily this kind of frames, but something much simpler, and they put some fragments of the main image into those frames. And I'm thinking to use the image of a camera in this display and to show it somewhere maybe here or at the bottom. I'm not sure. Well, I don't like that it's so poorly cut out. I would like to make it a bit smoother with a good old pen tool. Like, AI is not that smart yet, unfortunately. So we still need to use the pen tool everywhere. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you like Y2K style or not. Like, do you feel like it's been overused and we've been talking about it for too long and it's time to move on? But I kind of feel this turns into the buzzword, like Y2K, Y2K, but it's not that fresh anymore. Like, it either needs to change and evolve or be replaced. That sounds a bit mean, I don't know. Okay, yeah, but I really like it, to be honest. I really like it. Maybe because I don't work in this style much and I'm a bit intimidated of it because I'm not good at 3D. Okay, I've found another image of a similar camera from another generated image of a very similar girl, just another version of it, because I wouldn't put the exact same picture here. That would be silly, right? And yeah, let's try to fix fingers. I don't have much hope for this. I don't really like this camera in this frame. It looks so weird. I would put it down. Here it's a bit less weird. Yeah, and also we need some background, right? For this camera. Just normal white background. Why not? Nothing fancy. Okay, now I need to concentrate on fingers, right? Generative finger. The issue with your prompt. Okay, have you seen that? You're not allowed to generate fingers, right? Oh no. No, it's working. No, it's not working. Like, is it so? What's the problem with it? I don't understand. Can anybody explain me what's the problem with generating a finger? Alright, there's so much to develop in that AI. Yeah, I guess this is even better in terms of the fingers and the camera as well. Just everything. But I need to fix it a little bit, at least the index finger, because it's not great. Make it a bit longer. Okay, I think I've finished with the camera and the hands, and now I need to do something with the layout and with the title. Obviously I want to add more effects to it. Probably not a stroke, maybe a drop shadow, maybe some metallic effects would be cool. So yeah, metallic effect would be great, but to be honest, I'm too lazy to play with settings too much. So I've got an idea how I can do this really quickly. So I'm just gonna go to Adobe Express for that. Yep. So it's called Blixen. The font is Planet Cosmos. Effects, and the first effect that comes to mind is Liquid Mercury, which is very similar to metallic effects, but sometimes it's too liquid, you know, like too much texture. You can adjust it, like you can regenerate it multiple times, but before I do that, let's try other effects, because I know wet glasses also might be nice, might not. I don't really like the X here. Yeah, I prefer it to be tight, and then I can just regenerate. You can also change the style, but in my case realistic is the best. Now it's even worse. You can change other, you can choose other options. Maybe some of them are better. Maybe for some letters I can use one option for another letter, another one, so just trial and error. I also like, what about water bubbles? That looks cool as well. I'm assuming, I don't know. No, not that cool. Lens flare. I think that sounds very 2000s. Not exactly, but we can customize it by choosing tight. But I like this glitch effect. Like, It's kind of metallic. Yeah, especially this one. B is really cool. I think I like this one, but I don't like it for I and L. Just regenerate it multiple times until I'm happy with L, I, and X. X is not bad here. Let's try other ones. Maybe I should just try it more with liquid chrome or liquid mercury and just try to customize it more. Okay, this is not too bad, to be honest. I can go with this one. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just trying it out. Maybe it will work, maybe not. So I'm just gonna make a screenshot because I don't really care about the quality that much. Ideally, it would be to export the file. Photoshop doesn't recognize the shape today. No, not today, I mean in this case. So I'm just gonna use Magic Wand tool and let's put it on top. For some reason, the angle is different. That's so strange. Why the angle is different? It's the same font, the exact same font. Okay, almost the same. And I'm just hoping for some cool blending mode effects. Something like hard light, maybe, or pin light. I can also try to adjust the curves. It's not exactly metallic. There is something Y2K about it. So glitchy. Okay, I would make it a bit less saturated. Maybe black and white. It's a lot more metallic now, if we think about it, but I kind of liked the colors. So I'm gonna leave them a little bit. It's like more pastel version. Okay, so I'm not sure about that drop shadow. Maybe make it a bit smaller. Okay, I think this is a very Y2K. And the question is whether to make it on top of her head or behind. Let's try behind, like the magazine style. And it's still legible. Okay, I prefer that. I prefer this, I guess. And now I would like to add a bit more details. Maybe some additional text somewhere here. What's going on? I just want to add text. Is that a problem? Okay, just a simple font. Let's say Helvetica just for now. I just use it as like a default font. And then later I can choose maybe something else. Maybe something like that. Some other futuristic elements I decided to add. And to be honest, I would like to make it horizontal. I think it's going to be better because when it's vertical, I don't feel like they are connected. They are competing in a way. I don't know how to explain. I think it would be more balanced and organized if it stays horizontal. I just need to adjust it. Yeah, it is supposed to be some not really important text. Maybe I would even add more of it. Yeah, then I will ask ChatGPT to come up with something more realistic. What I could add to this ad of a camera, maybe some characteristics, product description, stuff like that. We'll come up with something. Okay, almost done, I think. And the finishing touch would be to add some textures on top. Also, the girl, I would like to add some outer glow and the diffuse glow to her. So let's start with outer glow probably. Oh, it looks completely different hairstyle. Okay, make it a bit smoother. Yeah, this is very Y2K. Outer glow used to be everywhere. And the diffuse glow, I'm gonna do it with filter gallery. Diffuse glow. And then I'm not sure how contrasting I want it to be. Maybe lighter color. Oh no, that's exactly the same as normal. Okay, I'm just gonna decrease the opacity just a little bit. Okay, and on top of that, I would like to apply a solid color layer to make this girl a little bit more blue, just the tone, because she was too green for this poster, I think. And the finishing touch would be to change the text to something a bit more realistic and to add a texture on top. I'll try to find something like screen texture or glitch, something like that, like something technology related. I don't know. So let's see what I can find. Okay, so this is what I ended up with. I just added a couple of textures on top, and this is the final result. I hope this actually looks like Y2K or like early 2000s. I'm not an expert particularly in this style. I'm usually stick more the grunge and punk aesthetic, but I think this is really a cool thing to try, and I will experiment more with that, to be honest. Next time, maybe I will mix it with something a bit more modern twist, you know. But I think this is the very classic early 2000s style, that it's a perfect thing to start exploring this Y2K aesthetic with. So I think I'm pretty happy with the result. So this was my version of Y2K poster. I know that I've already tried that style a year ago in my another video, Design With Me, and that was completely different. If we think about it, it was a lot more modern, not quite 2000s, right? So I realized that when something is back in style, it's never the same as it was. It's always changed, and it's changed quite a lot, to be honest, because most of the stuff that you will find under the Y2K term on the internet, most likely it'll be something modern, not from 2000s, which is different. But at the same time, I don't really see the point of repeating the exact same style. It makes sense to change something, right? Okay, so just let me know what you think about this poster. Would you change anything? Do you want me to design something else? Or do you want me to try any other style? I would love to explore something else. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you enjoyed this video, that would mean a lot to me. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and you can also find me on Instagram. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye!